Strap in, fight fans, because we've got some explosive breaking news for you. The ongoing feud between Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins has just escalated to a whole new level of insanity. And if that wasn't enough, Gervonta "Tank" Davis has thrown himself into the mix, adding fuel to the fire. When Tank weighed in on the drama, his words shook the internet to its core. But here's the kicker. Bernard Hopkins is off the hook because it's Oscar De La Hoya who's found himself in Tank's crosshairs. Tank Davis wasn't too thrilled about Oscar parting ways with Bernard, and he made sure to let Oscar know exactly what the consequences of his actions would be. In other words, Tank issued a serious threat. There's a lot to discuss with this one, so without further ado, let's take a deep dive into the action. Alright, so let's set the stage here. For those who don't know, Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya go way back. We're talking about two legends who've shared the ring, the business, and a whole lot of history. But recently, things took a major left turn. Oscar decided to go public with some pretty harsh words, saying he's done with Bernard. Fired him? Just like that. But the question still stands, why would Oscar do this now all of a sudden? Well, here's why. Virgil Ortiz's win over Sari Bohachuk was the deal-breaker between Hopkins and De La Hoya. Ortiz, one of the top fighters of Golden Boy Promotions, had one of the most controversial fights this year. A lot of people believed he lost, including the one and only Bernard Hopkins.
Both fighters, big heart, big will.
Well, this crowd is getting their dollar's worth. Every cent that they paid for their ticket here tonight.
Bernard wasn't happy with the decision, and Oscar wasn't happy with Bernard talking down on a fighter from his promotion. Just when you thought it couldn't get bigger, it did. Bernard Hopkins threw huge shade at Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya. Yep.
I'm going to make sure that people understand that you don't have to be under Golden Boy Raptor. You don't have to be under Golden Boy's company to be able to speak the truth.
This little statement by Bernard got under Oscar's skin. Oscar straight up said, "I'm firing Bernard Hopkins." And in the world of boxing, that's not just a business move. It's a massive statement. I mean, Hopkins isn't just any guy. This dude is a living legend, a Hall of Famer. You don't just drop a bomb like that without expecting some major blowback, right? But here's where things get spicy. Enter Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Now, Tank has never been one to bite his tongue, especially when it comes to people he respects. And Bernard Hopkins? Tank's got mad love for him. So when Oscar decided to throw Bernard under the bus, Tank was not having it. Tank didn't just clap back, he brought the whole house down with his response. And let me tell you, the internet went wild. But before we dive into what Tank said, let's talk a bit about why this beef is so explosive. So, here's the deal. Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya have been business partners for years, ever since their legendary fight back in 2004. They co-owned Golden Boy Promotions, one of the biggest boxing promotions in the world. Bernard was more than just a partner, though. He was like a mentor to a lot of younger fighters, including Tank Davis. Tank has always looked up to Bernard. He sees him as a trailblazer, someone who's been through it all and came out on top. So when Oscar decided to cut ties with Bernard, it felt like a personal attack, not just on Hopkins, but on everyone who respects him, including Tank. Now, Oscar's reasoning behind the firing is still kinda murky. He hinted at some disagreements, but didn't go into details. But let's be real. When you're dealing with egos as big as these, it's never just about business. There's always more to the story, and you know the boxing world loves its drama. And that's where Tank comes in. As soon as Oscar's comments hit the news, Tank wasted no time. He hopped on social media and let loose, calling out Oscar for disrespecting a legend like Bernard Hopkins. Tank's basically saying, you don't mess with the OGs and think it's all good. And if you're thinking Tank was just talking tough, think again. Tank went off, saying things like, "You want to play with fire, Oscar? you better be ready to get burned. And here's where it gets really interesting. Tank wasn't just defending Bernard, he was putting Oscar on notice. Tank stated, "Oscar needs to be humbled. He thinks he has all the power in the world, but he doesn't. You can't just fire someone like that. Karma about to get that boy real good." Tank's all about respect, especially when it comes to the veterans of the sport who've paved the way for fighters like him. Bernard Hopkins is a symbol of what it means to fight through adversity, to stay at the top of your game even when the odds are stacked against you. And for Oscar to dismiss him like that, it's no wonder Tank was ready to throw hands. Bernard has always been a fan of Tank's career. Both guys had a good relationship.
Tank is worried. Tank had a problem making weight. Look at his skin. Look how ashy he looked. So y'all don't know about the body. You say it's business to do those tactics. But how do you feel when he make weight, looks healthy, looks great, skin looks great? See, sometimes, when you got a problem, you got to switch it like they got. You're like, "Damn, how your weight look?" You're like, "Damn, I got to get mine down." It's psychological warfare. I'm the best at it.
But they always weren't on the best of terms. Did you know Bernard Hopkins and Gervonta Davis almost brawled in public? Yep, that's right, and it got way too heated. But let's be real, this isn't just about respect. Tank's reaction is also about sending a message. In the world of boxing, reputation is everything. And Tank is making it clear that if you come for someone he respects, you're coming for him too. That's some real loyalty right there. Oscar might have thought he was just handling business, but in the process, he's burned some serious bridges. And Tank? He's the one standing in the middle, ready to make sure Oscar knows exactly what kind of fire he's playing with. Oscar De La Hoya has always been a bit of a wild card in the boxing world, and let's just say his track record isn't exactly squeaky clean. If you want the real tea, just ask Canelo Alvarez. That guy will spill all the details on who Oscar really is when the cameras aren't rolling.
I've seen some stuff about with the whole Oscar De La Hoya thing.
I'm glad to go away from him.
Yeah.
He's fucking crazy.
We're really good friends with Dana White, and he doesn't like Oscar De La Hoya too, I said.
Oscar De La Hoya has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
I think nobody.
Because he's a vacuum, right?
Every time he's in problems, he don't have any fighters left. Ryan Garcia, because he signed with him. Now Ryan Garcia, I think is in a problem with him. That's why nobody wants to be with him, because he's not loyal.
Canelo Alvarez and Gervonta Davis linked up recently, and something tells me Oscar De La Hoya was the hot topic of their discussion.
Speaking of Davis and Canelo, here's the photo op. We'll let the crowd take it from here.
Tank's not just a fighter, he's a force of nature, and when he speaks, people listen. That's why his response to Oscar isn't just some petty beef. It's a statement about what it means to be a true champion, both in and out of the ring. That's why Tank Davis has become the new face of boxing. Did you know Davis just landed a deal way bigger than Floyd Mayweather? Yep, that's right. This is the era of Gervonta Davis.
What set you off that you was like, I gotta do that?
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause I feel like y'all got, I would say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29, you'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
it. Exclusive. That's
yeah.
exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank, don't cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
Respect, Loyalty? Legacy? These are the things that Tank Davis values, and he's not afraid to defend them. Bernard Hopkins represents all of that, and that's why Tank is going so hard in his defense. It's about more than just words. It's about what kind of legacy you want to leave behind. Not to mention, Tank has been in this situation before with Leonard Ellerbay and Floyd Mayweather. Yep, remember when Floyd fired Ellerbay as the CEO of Mayweather Promotions, all because Leonard was backing Tank in his fight against Frank Martin? Yep, Tank wasn't a fan of that, and he made sure Floyd knew. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.